Hello, everybody, and welcome to the UHE Sports Twitch channel where we got some League of Legends action. That's right, it is the round 8 of the Mountain West CLoL Conference. And of course, we got an amazing game today. We got UHE Sports versus the San Jose State University Spartans. First off, let's do some introductions. I am Professor Leighton Martin, and of course, joining me today, you saw him last week with Aloha Kevin, but this time he's with me. It is, of course, the one, the only, Joseph GDS Jojo Isetti. How are you doing today, buddy?
How's it? I'm Joe. Nice to be on stream again, and hopefully this time my casting will be better than before. Maybe I'll make some better calls. We'll have to see.
All good. You just have to blame Kevin. It's all Kevin's fault, right?
Of course,
Yeah. Like
yes.
he's diamond now. He's too good for us. So that's why he's not on stream anymore.
Yeah.
Sadly, yeah.
Right.
Kevin, he used to be so good, but now because he's diamond, he thinks he's better than us. But let's talk about the teams a bit because there's some history between both these teams. We talked about it a little bit in the green room, but for Spartans versus UHE, this is a rematch of the grand finals of last year's 2022 Mountain West Conference.
That's right. Last we saw the couple of players have a switch up here. So the last year's mid laner TT, one of the stronger players on their team, has shifted from mid lane to AD carry now. We might even see the addition of some of the newer players, but returning players like Tom Goku. Right, looking at the stat lines from the last finals was, carrying on Gnar. So we'll have to see what he picks this time.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, and I looked into a bit of their match history from other games, and funnily enough, they actually had a lane swap in one of their matches recently. He played Jace Junko against one of the lower seeded teams, and they dominated. So I don't think you let Jace go through the pick and ban phases. Not only Tom Goku plays it, but also their newest top laner, Soul, who's not actually new, but he was the jungler last year as well for this squad.
Yeah, the Jace is a key component for two players on the side of Spartan Esports. So in the ban phase, we'll be looking to hit things like Jace. We also see things like the Lulu and Twitch coming out. It's also played on both TT and Soda. Lulu being played, Lulu Twitch seeming to be a strong pick between both of the players. On UH Esports, what sort of picks can we expect from esports side? UH Esports side.
That's going to be a big question mark because I know it's a lot of mixing around for this squad, because I know Clown, the top laner right now for this UHE squad, is actually I believe AD carry for the JV squad as well. And we talked about it, but there is the Jace ban. But for Clown, I know a lot of his comfort. You see a lot of these engaged tanks, or tanks that get in your face, like Shen, Ornn, the Malphite as well. So we start to see that on the top side. While for Soul, we talked about it, Jace, that's got eliminated, but Gwen is another big pickup for them as well, especially with that immunity from the W. It does so much work in these team fights, especially the ultimate, get level 2 ultimate, level 11. That thing shreds carries, very much so.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Caitlyn ban coming out second. We might see on the side of Spartans, Caitlyn seems to be played by Enwalk in his match history. We have a lot of games on Caitlyn, a lot of games on Lucian, and a historically strong pick. But it seems like UH Esports is just going for top side, weak side. They're trying to eliminate a lot of the top laners for Spartans here.
That's smart because that Clown is the lowest ranked player for the UHE squad right now. I believe he is mid to high gold, so he is one of the on the lower ranks in this current matchup. So trying to help him out a little bit. I know Ryan Park has played a little bit of the Caitlyn, but so has TT. So it's both a big hybrid pick, eliminate for both squads. But there is some other picks I want to look at for the bot lane. Xayah, Jinx, two hyper carries that we've seen both squads pop off phenomenally on, especially for Ryan Park. He's a lot of solo queue games. You look at his matches, I think like over 300 games already. This man does not sleep.
Yeah, we also see a lot of these kinds of pick types of support. So we see some Lux and some Morgana, some Annie even on the support role. So we'll have to see how the bot lane plays out. The Twitch ban finally coming down here. So they're really trying to hinder UH's bot lane here. But unfortunately, a lot of these are picks that Spartan's also hoping to pick up, such as the Twitch. It's kind of an interesting ban phase we're seeing here.
It's funny because Twitch is also sort of a flex ban. It could go either support or AD carry nowadays. And man, these AD carries as supports is so crazy. The Xayah hover is interesting because I do know both, like we mentioned, both AD carries do play that. And I believe UH has won a couple other games using that Xayah as well. Ashe getting hovered as well by Spartans. And that is another flex pick. Ashe has been played by Unison a lot in the past couple of games. Same thing going over for Soda and TT. So I want to see what happens. But Jarvan, really good pickup for the jungle for Draco Lawrence. I know the Kindred, one of his more familiar picks, but Jarvan's so good in these team fights, getting the setup and everything.
Yeah, we're seeing Ashe locked in, so from what I can expect after Ashe, we would normally see the other bot, but I guess, like you said, they might just hover the Ashe as a flex spot. We're most likely to see Ashe in the support role, given the priority that Hawkshot allows bot and mid and even top to get knowledge on where the jungler is. And the UHE Sports takes advantage of that to pick up their bot lane combo here with the Xayah and Rakan.
The Lovers duo,
Yeah.
interesting. Honestly, Rakan, not a bad pick. Early on, he will get a little bit poked out by Ashe, but it's Ashe. It's Ashe support. I mean, you probably play that bot lane as well. That thing just hurts you. Just presses W, get a little procs off, and you just slow down to infinity. And paired with the Draven,
Wow.
and he will feast on these slow targets. So if UHE has to be careful, especially with TT's Draven. That thing can be very painful to play against.
It's a very potent combo here with the Ashe providing the slow and utility, and Draven just being allowed to play very aggressive with the Hawkshot coming in to secure vision and ensure that they can play this really feast or famine playstyle. I would expect that Jarvan would likely have to sit bot in this kind of comp. If the Draven gets out of control, then it would be very difficult, given the Xayah and Rakan takes a little bit of time to scale nicely into the mid game, whereas Draven really wants to just pummel you down early and win by 20, 25 minutes.
I'm just happy it's not Draven Nami. I played against that bot lane way too many times, and that thing has one-shot me a little bit too many times, I'll be honest with you. And now we see a lot of mid lane bans, the Kassadin, the Seraphine. Seraphine's an interesting one, like you mentioned, very good setup paired with the Jarvan as well. It really lets Ryan Park ramp up. But I do want to see these other bans, like I've seen Lacey's pop up on the Orianna, the Syndra, Vex still open as well. One of his more signature picks, actually.
Yeah, the Vex here would be interesting. It'd kind of be fighting fire with fire. We'd have a very strong dive comp and good synergy with the Jarvan. And we see the Orianna ban coming out exactly for Lasius. They don't want to let the ball get onto Jarvan, and that will spell disaster, depending on how Draco Lorient plays out the team fights. But we're seeing Kassadin banned and Asol banned, so I'm glad both of those champions got banned because as we've seen time and time again, Kassadin is just allowed to hit 16. It really doesn't matter what happened. And Asol got yeah.
Yeah, our prod just so that your Annie is still up, and based on his voice, I feel like he has very bad experience with the Annie, honestly. Oh man, but Asol definitely a very much more stronger champion now compared to it has before. But Jax picked up, so it every signals that they're trying to set up Soul for the split push threat. And if you are Clown, and we've seen the Malphite picked in, and if you want to go for a dive comp, you know, you have Lissandra left up if you want to go for that, or the Vex. And both picks, Lacey's is good on. But the question is, what will the counter be for this opposing side on Tom Goku? Because there's a lot of things he can go for. As I've seen in his match history, Rai is still up, the Yone is still up, and he does play Mean Tristana.
Oh, and the Syndra being picked up last. Such a nasty pick into this comp with the J4 gank's going to be deadly, setting up the Syndra ball. But the last pick coming out from Spartan Esports is Silas. Wow, so many good ults from UHE Esports to take and just abuse, right? We have Malphite knockup, even the J4 knockup or J4R will be nasty to take in combination with the picks that Ashe provides, and we'll have to see. This game will be over very quickly, or it will hopefully make it to mid game if the Draven doesn't completely close out the early game.
Yeah, we mentioned before, especially that bot lane early on, especially with the Ashe poke with the W as well as the auto passive slows, can be very detrimental towards Ryan Park and Unison on this Xayah Rakan. And it just lets TT sort of get free autos top of them as well. So it would be up to Unison to see how he can sort of play around that, get some, I guess, avoid the Ashe and the Draven as well, and try to zone them out from the lane and let Ryan Park, you know, sort of have that free auto attacks on the minions, get some items in, because like you mentioned, Joe, Xayah wants to scale up into the late game, but you want to make sure you don't fall too far behind in the laning phase. Because once that happens, if Draven gets a kill, if he farms up a lot, that's cha-ching, money in his pocket, and he gets so much more items than you.
Right. We'll have to see. It's a very potentially deadly combo coming out from UHE Esports. But as we finish up the draft here and head into the game, any final thoughts on what we should be expecting from Spartans? What does the Spartan team want to achieve? What does UH want to achieve? Anything like that?
I feel like if you are the Spartans, you do want to play around the mid jungle duo, see how they can rotate across the map, especially with Tom Goku. We've seen him be a very aggressive player. He likes to push the lanes and rotate a lot to get help out, to get some kills as well. So take a look at those two. They can help out top lane or bot lane, especially top. If they can get Jax ahead, he becomes a big threat. They can get that split push on. And once that happens, Jax versus Malphite, it will be in Jax's favor, in my opinion, especially once you get those items on. And if Clown falls behind, that's not going to look too pretty. And Jericho Lauren has to figure out how he wants to play around his side lanes in that scenario.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with your analysis here. So I think we'll throw it to break as we wait for the match to start.
See you guys soon. All right, everybody, and welcome back to some League of Legends action. We got, like I said earlier, the round 8 of the Mountain West CLoL conference between Spartan Esports and UH Esports. I'm Professor Layton, Dash Joe. We got some. All right, everybody, and welcome back to the League of Legends action. We have the round 8 of the Mountain West CLoL conference between Spartan Esports and UH Esports. I'm Layton, that's Joe, and let's get to it.
So we saw in the draft here in round 8, last picked Silas for Tom Goku. This pick just completely destroying. I'm not sure how to put it. Oh, we see an invade. Oh, and immediately blowing the flash from Rakan. Wow.
I believe he could have gotten out with his W. Like, it is a fairly decent amount of space. And I don't think if you're Tamagoku, you start with... Actually, he did start with the upscon and upduck. So, correct, I'm wrong. He started with that. And that's no summoners for Rakan. And especially if you are the Draven, you're the Ashe. Take advantage of that. Auto him. And sucks to be Unician in this case, but it is what it is.
Yeah, if I'm TT right now, I am pinging the Rakan's flash on cooldown. I'm timing it, and I am pinging my jungler. I'm pinging Tabula Rasa to come down and gank because the slow and as well as the stand back or Draven E, you know, very deadly kill threat onto bot lane, especially with level 1 or level 2. We might even see some strong action given how they're positioning in this tri-bush here.
Oh, they were waiting for the leash and then come to the tri-bush. But sadly, both junglers are starting top side. They want to do the same sort of clear, do the buff, Wolves buff to get level 3, and do a bot lane gank. We talked about it. Bot lane is going to be the main contention for this matchup, especially with two hyper-aggressive AD carries in Ryan Park and TT. It's going to be some good action for right now. But let's look at the items. It's a Doran's for Ryan, while it's just a longsword star for TT. So he wants to get that early sort of a Noon Quiver if possible, or even a Vampiric Scepter. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, even more interesting than that to me is the Doran start on Seal here. We would expect, or I would have expected some kind of more active or more aggressive start from Seal, but playing it safe, picking the Dorans here, interesting into the Malphite. I'm not sure how much value he gets off of this.
Abihei is working so far. He has a big wave crashing into that top side of the map right now, as we do see it. Actually, it was a full clear top side. Going to be for Draco Laurent, and getting his third buff right now as well. Same thing, it looks like, for the opposite, for Tabula Rasa. That is a fun name to say. That is a tongue twister and a half. As the cannon does go in favor of TT. So many times I've seen 80 carry just mess up and not get that cannon minion. As Initian goes and gets a knock off the grand entrance. But some nice little poke down over there, but Draco Laurent in the mid lane sees Tamagoku. This is the man that ended UH's dreams last year in the Mountain West.
Yeah, and the Scatter of the Week just missing shy of Tom Goku as he just walks away here. It's interesting to see the wave states. We have Jax crashing the wave, but Syndra really stepping kind of far up. The early wave push from Syndra, allowing the J4 to potentially get a gank, but now that that's failed, I think Graves is going to have a great time just full clearing and getting Scuttle here.
Yeah,
Jax looking to contest the crab, but it looks like it's going to be a 2v2. Draco Laurent trying to disengage, but the stun coming in from Jax and just Dragon striking out.
Yeah, he has a flag in direct, so he should be fine, but it does let Tabula get an invade right now. Draco Laurent does know. Level 4 for Tabula. Draco Laurent goes in. It'll be a bit unfortunate. Flag and drag away, and it is so unfortunate. And that does let Tabula get so much pressure in that mid lane. Lacius, you see him hovering for that top side of the map, top side of that mid lane river right now as well. And now look at bot lane.
Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. The wave state is just so bad for Lacius here. Perhaps maybe
Hold
missing
on
the Q or
one
positioning.
second.
Oh,
They're going for Draco Lauren again, trying to invade, and he's not getting any of his minions right now. Still no flash for the Inistian. Soda gets some poke in, and Draco Lauren. This man is so unfortunate right now. He is down so many camps.
yeah, if I'm J4 right now, I just feel terrible. You know, down 2 camps and missing the opportunity to just full clear. Oh, something going down in the bot lane here. Just a little bit of a skirmish as Ryan Park and Unison pushing the wave. This will definitely crash and bounce back for them. But I'm seeing resetting for both both mid laners. The TP coming down from Silas as Jax, the top lane resets. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Malphite still level 5.
It's a smart reset for the most part, especially since you did see TT. He has a Vamp Scepter already. Get the pickaxe for yourself if you are Ryan Park. And the early Sheen as well, which is smart for the Jax on for Soul. It lets you get a lot more empowered auto attacks with you jump, get the W as well. Get some turret action as well as another cheeky back coming in from TT. Very smart. Get the Sheen himself. So Essence Reaver going to be online in about, I want to say like 1,700 more goals with the wait and see for that one. And Essence Reaver early on for Draven. If he gets a kill after stacking up so much minions, man, whew, that's going to be a disaster for Ryan Park.
Yeah, Jax is pushing in the wave kind of hard here. He's trying to crash the wave, and Tom Goku being 6, that means he can just take the Unstoppable Force and use it against him. The Unstoppable Force meets the Unstoppable Force in this case. Oh, he just opting to snatch it away and head back mid.
I like that because he shoved his mid lane in. He rotated, got that. So if they want to fight for Dragon or do a fight around bot or mid, you have, like you mentioned, Unstoppable Force, and that's going to be a very scary thing to fight against, especially if you are a stationary, very squishy target in Lasius on that Syndra. You don't have any dashes. You just have to blow your flash. And if you are Tom Goku, a flash blown for an ultimate is a win in your book. And look at that. Now Lasius has played so much more safer compared to how he was earlier on.
Yeah, it looks like Tom Goku just really wants to get priority for this dragon here. He knows J4 is behind in terms of XP and levels and probably items, given that he missed 2 camps compared to the Graves. Draco Lauren just now doing the Krugs, while Graves happily gets this dragon. And Tom Goku's just free to position so aggressively. Abdon discussed this like a fight going in bot lane. Gotta look at bot lane.
Draco Lauren is in danger. That was
it's a 3v1 now, though.
Goku, but the kill, not yet. The heal. Oh, he's one more hit. Oh, coming in from the Syndra. One more on top of Sova. Sova has to flash out, but the Grand Entry gets canceled out by the stand back from TT. And there goes Graves as well. The collateral damage is not enough, but the smoke is a 3-man smoke. They want more. Double kill for the Draven. Has to flash out for Ryan Park, and that is so huge for him. But TT, the triple kill. Draven is online now, and if you are Ryan Park, you might just fall here as well, because Tabula is pulling the wave back.
Yeah, this is the worst case scenario. This is exactly what we wanted to avoid. What looked like such a good situation for UHE Esports, catching out Tom Goku for trading 1 flash. Graves just finishing the dragon turned into a disaster. The smoke from Graves coming in huge, and the stand aside from TT just absolutely negating the Rakan's engage here. Unision must feel bad after that.
Indeed, feels bad, man. Back at the mid lane again, just a little bit of poke damage, but I do want to see what he buys first. That's a lot on components, and I believe he might be waiting for his Essence Reaver. No, he just goes it. So pretty much, he'll probably push him the wave for a bit, like 2 more waves and back for the Essence Reaver early on. But ooh, that is going to be a scary talk to play against if you are the bot lane. And some more scuttle action for Draco Lauren. Can't do too much about that. So
yeah, and Tom Goku again coming in from behind and just instantly deleting Draco Lauren. They have such a good read on where he is and what he wants to be doing. And Tabula Rasa put him so far behind. They are not letting up with any pressure on him.
I mean, just look at the vision real fast in that top side. One in the jungle, control ward in that river as well to spot him out as in that scuttle crab. So unfortunate. And you see, I'm trying something cheeky there, but can't do too much as of yet. Ash as well, kind of clear some vision if possible, and it might be a dive or something against Lasius instead of just stealing the blue buff. Hey man, Draco, sorry, but your camps are his camps now.
Yeah, no Ash Arrow kind of makes this not really a threat, and TT is just able to walk away from Draco Lawrence attempt here. You know, he has to try to claw his way back into this game any way possible, and a shutdown on that Draven would be such a good way to do it. But unfortunately, no Ashe are available. Means that the dive on the Syndra just doesn't seem as appealing. We have Tabula Rasa taking Draco Lawrence jungle again. He is just able to do that for free 99. As now fight going down with the Cataclysm trapping Lasius into the mid lane, and even with the R, just no damage because of the menagerie of items and wave state that Lasius set up at level 1. This is looking like a downhill game. This is it's going exactly as the Spartans planned it in draft and wanted it to happen.
You know, you already have a little bit of MR coming in from there, but here comes the Grand Entrance on top of the Astral level 5. At the moment, no Enchanted Crystal Arrow just yet, but only no Summoner spells have been blown by this Spartan bot lane. So a little bit of an overcommitment coming in from Unician there, as the Herald will be taken by Tabula. This Grave is taking everything and anything possible.
TT is playing so patiently here. We know that the J4 isn't, Draco Lawrence isn't topside because Graves cleared his entire camp. They know he's playing bot and they played Drake. Oh!
Nice clear though, but the Grand Entrance on top of 2, but there goes the Zaya Feathers. It will fall, and they will stand back. A kill for Ryan Park and a kill. Well, I believe that was going over to Draco Lawrence, but he dies because of the minions and the tower aggro. So a 1 back to the Fed Draven. Essence Reader on Vampire Scepter completed. And oh boy, that's going to be a lot stronger Draven next time when he does come back to lane.
Yeah, we're seeing an interesting build from Tabula Rasa here. We just noticed he went Gore Drinker. This is not something we normally see on Graves. We see more of, most commonly is probably the lethality build where you're just trying to blow somebody up, but this seems to be more like an oriented build. Probably the smart decision here, given that we know what UHE Sports wants to do. They want to go in, so if they're there, you know, might as well make use of all of the stats that Gore Drinker can bring.
But here comes the top of 4th Flag and Dragon. That's all she wrote. Cloud, hey, that's pretty systematic kill right there. As a lane swap already. Interestingly enough, it does get a plate for TT, and I believe that should be tower bot lane as well.
Yep, and the Graves, again, just doing a great job. Tabula Rasa really knows what they want and knows what he needs to do to abuse it. So Tom Goku here, trying to find something to happen, but nothing really going down. Trading the Enchanted Crystal Arrow for Rakan ult, and the tower still seems like it's probably gonna go down. We'll have to see if Tabula Rasa wants to use the Rift Herald here.
But there comes the Abscon Abduct. The quickness is available for Tom Goku as well. Gather the Weak will get 1 target, but not enough. The tower will fall. Tabula has to back up, and that's a lot. That's a free turret for the most part coming in for this squad. As Raven is soloing the Ocean Drake, we see that one plain and simple, but a Flag and Drag is not enough. They're still gonna fight. No Cataclysm coming in just yet. The Draven gets a kill on top of him. The quickness has been used by Tom Goku. Flash out for Lasius. They still want to fight this. Oh boy, flash out. It's another kill for Tabula. 2-0-3 on the board for himself. Heal is blown, but Lasius will fall. Scatter the Weak is not enough, and TT does autos attacks. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow, though, hits Ryan Park. Flashes out.
That's such an unfortunate trade at the very end there, with Ryan Park believing the fight was over, and the Enchanted Crystal Arrow just showing him, no, it's not over till we say it's over. Having to trade Flash there, that might be big, provided the Flash is so important in getting away from this very aggressive style of Silas we see from Tom Goku. Draco Lawrence stealing the wolf. This is my wolf, my jungle. Flags and Drags out of there. Fortunately losing the baby wolves, and Syndra TPing to the second turret to hopefully
that's smart though. You don't want to go immediately onto that first turret because you could fall to both Tom Goku and Soda, but here comes Quickness as well. Flag and Drag does not connect on top of Tom Goku because the Abscon, and that's a couple, you know, blown abilities coming in from a Spartan. No heal for Soda. Unician though, the Quickness again has, you know, disappeared, but I do want to point out in that fight in the jungle, Soul did use the Grandmaster's Might, trying to get a kill on top of Draco Lawrence. So that's something big for Clown, as you see no mana for Soul. Unstoppable Force is available, But he's playing it safe and smart though, so that's you know, I respect that, playing it safe, playing it very steady for himself.
Yeah, these attempts that trying to get anything they can is really a good, just the best game plan that UHE Esports has to them available. Unision being able, with such a pick threat is really the only way they're going to have to claw their way back into this game. With such a heavy lead, any picks off that they can get on either Tom Goku or TT here will be huge. So the idea was there, but unfortunately there's just not enough gold or resources enough to make anything happen.
The enchanted critical arrow does land. The exhaust goes on top of TT. Ultimate as well. A flash out will get him away from that cataclysm. Soda so clean with these enchanted crystal arrows. Keep on landing on top of Ryan Park. He probably should have been cleansed this game, honestly. Oh, but here comes the hijack. Abscon does land on top of Ryan Park. Cataclysm used on Unicia to get closer. So it's a very calculated play from Spartan so far, showing why they are currently that second seed in this conference and the former champions.
We might be seeing a dive come down on top side. Hamgoku is just so strong right now with the Rotovi just already stacking and both top and mid having Mercury treads here. We'll have to see whether Malphite has enough CC to defend himself under the tower. Although, if I was Tom Goku here, I would not be going for a dive. I would be looking to play with the team, and as we see, we're seeing Tabula Rasa get caught out here, but the Gore Drinker just giving so much health back.
Oh, but look at the flank coming from TT as well, but the quickness and the grand entrance, he will fall to Lasius as Sodas keep on trying to do work. Tom Goku steals the ultimate from Lasius and slays the jungler as well. Clown did TP, but he is half out, I believe. Soul might have autoed him while he was TPing to have that happen, and that might be a free turret for Soul, but no minions, fortunately enough, for UH.
Yeah, good attempt from Clown to TP down there, but unfortunately, repeated TP nerfs means that he can't cancel it after he's seen that it's too late to go.
Oh,
and
no!
The Unstoppable Force unfortunately missing on Soul here, which would have been an opportunity for a kill, but the Jax just calmly queuing away. Doesn't even have to burn flash here.
You hate to see it. And if possible, if we could see the individual goal differences from our observer, if possible. I do want to see the lead that bot lane does have. I believe it was X if it's the regular ones. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. And just look at the bot lane. 3k just in favor of the Draven alone. While across the board as well, pretty much almost 3k for jungle, mid as well. So there's a huge difference in the main carries from this squad. Thank you, Observer, for doing that for us.
Yeah, and the bot lane gap is really why this Ashe, or gap in gold, is really why this Ashe pick is so deadly. The Ashe can just secure vision as she wants to because she just ups so many resources. But we see, like, here, we might be able to catch out Soul. Unfortunately, the TP coming down from Tom Goku really negating this. Soul hitting them with the QE, though, and Tom Goku flashing in.
But nice Cataclysm coming in with
Tom
the quickness
Goku has
as well.
Force.
Oh my god, he gets out, but the Gale Force, not enough. He is still alive. Ryan Park blows it here to try to get closer. Might want to blow flash, might get that shut down gold. But they're still chasing. They're still going. As a little bit of stutter from us, unfortunately. They flash in the flash to predict the Abscon, and it is going to be a kill. The shutdown going over to the 80 carry Ryan Park, but a lot was taken bot side. Herald being summoned by Tabula, and that's going to be another free turret down bot side. They have to answer that.
Yeah, this is a huge pickup for Ryan Park here, but unfortunately even huger pickups are being made on the side of Spartans. We see, just as you said, the Rift Herald coming down bot and potentially another dive coming down mid. There's just not enough resources that they have to protect themselves against this kind of brute force assault.
The slows coming in from Soda right now. His ultimate should be a third of the way through right now. As you look down below, it is the man. Tabula, he's hunting. Flag and Dragon's available for Draco, but one auto will do it. 1Q, flash out for Ryan Park. Draco will fall. Killing streak for the jungler in Tabula. They want more though. There's the Grand Entrance top of Tabula. He will get knocked up, but not enough though.
That is a very smart decision. Draco Lorient stepping back there actually allows Ryan Park to live with the flash. They can't commit resources to both, so give it to the one who's ahead. And Ryan Park really here might be the only real player with any sort of resources to do anything in this game. Lasius will have to continue to farm to get items and levels. Meanwhile, unfortunately, Tabula Rasa doing a great job stealing away any last drops Draco Lorient has to get himself any XP or gold.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. With 20 minutes on the board, Baron will be spawning up just now, but they will spot them out. Draco Lorient and Initian, the Flag and Drag gets cancelled out by the stand aside from him, but the Witness will be blown out by Unician, and this just might be the 20-minute Baron take from the Spartans.
Just huge there. So much foresight on the side of or on the side of Spartans, knowing that they have the vision there, and knowing that they want to contest the vision and potentially the Baron take, just so patiently waiting there out of vision and managing to catch 2 players from UHE Sports. This is really unfortunate.
Yeah, if you are UH though, you do want to look at a little less than 2.5 minutes left until the next Drake will be spawning. As we saw earlier, it is a Hex Tech Gate, and you want to try to take away that soul from the squad, because Hex Tech Soul with a Draven and Ashe, that does a lot of damage overall in these team fights, and you do not want that to happen. Oh, that would have been scary. That landed.
The full stacked Roa coming out from Tom Goku, he's just going to be so tanky and so deadly with such a wide array of ultimates he can take from UHE Sports.
He's tanky. He's fine. Clown's fine. He's just standing so like, yep, it could have been a lot worse, but tanky enough. And we mentioned the differences in these lanes. I want to point out the jungle one more time. Draco Lorient, level 9. Tabula, level 14. This man has been a part of 10 of the 14 kills for his squad, and he has the most CS in his entire game, but they might catch him out right now. There goes Grand Entrance top of him, Witness as well, and this might be the shutdown if possible. He will survive, he lives! Another they are going for TT on top of Unician, and they want more. Ryan Park trying his damn hard to get a kill on top of TT, but on top of him, he will fall. Killing spree for him, but it's not enough. Everyone is falling. That is the ace for Spartans, only dropping 1 in TT, and this just might be the GG for UHE.
Wow, Dr. Seuss coming out there, but we just saw the fight goes exactly the way they wanted to, and the Gore Drinker really allowing Tabula Rasa to soak up so much damage, getting so much value there from this kind of odd or maybe older kind of build style. Will eventually lead all of UHE Sports to get caught out, and they just can't kill Tabula Rasa. He's just so ahead. This will be GG's for the first game of this match.
Yeah, so damn tanky. And like you said, that's GG for UH, and the first win of the series going over to SJSU, the Spartans. And they're showing why they're so strong. I mentioned earlier, their only loss has been to Utah State, the other team in contention for that first seed. And right now, SJSU, they want to make sure they secure that first seed if possible. But what a dominant performance from the squad. Was so dominant, as we saw. And if you are UH, Joe, what will you do for this next upcoming game number 2? What will you ban? What will you sort of revamp for your team comp?
I think if they want to go for such a heavy dive comp, UH Esports really needs to think about what the comp of Spartans are. If we see picks such as the Ashe and Graves, it's really hard to determine what's going to happen in terms of their comp. But after we saw Draven, it's just so difficult for UH Esports to play. So in this next draft, we might see UH Esports be more non-committal towards what kind of playstyle they want to do, and not allow Spartan to just swipe away champions that absolutely negate their comp or even turn their comp on them, like the Silas pick in the last slot of the draft.
Yeah, just that Silas alone sort of decimated their whole team composition. Same thing with the Draven and the Ashe. You gotta think about every little bit. It's like chess, Joe. One dumb move will make everything fall apart for your side of the board.
Right. I mean, I've memorized all of these openings for chess, and that kind of looks like what UH Esports have. They have the opening, but not enough theory, right? They're not calculating it to 20 lines deep in their like stockfish or something like that. So.
I'm sorry, Hikaru.
Oh no no
I'm
no!
sorry.
What no?
But anyway, while we're waiting for the game number 2 to start, we will be going over to a short break to decide while teams talk about it. But so do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with game number 2 between UH Esports and San Jose State University Spartans. We'll see you soon. Hey, hello everybody, and welcome back to UH Esports Twitch channel, where we have, like you mentioned earlier, UHE versus SJSU, and we're already into picks and bans for game number 2. So let's see what we got here. Let's see.
Jace ban is coming out first, so of course
Not surprised.
that's just a ban away must ban champ, because if you let any of the players that play Jace on either team access to that champion, it'll be top diff.
Top mid diff. Hey, you can also throw freaking.
Right,
you can also throw Tamboku jungle. Like I mentioned, he played Jace jungle. Well, who does that in a conference game? Apparently, Tamboku.
Yeah, Tom Goku really showing how willing he is to throw everything on his back as he carries from the Silas, just stealing every ult. We see the Draven ban coming out from UH Esports. We do not want a repeat of TT's deadly Draven, really negating everything. And the Xayah ban also coming out from the Spartans. So I guess they felt
targeting
kind of
Ryan Park. I mean, it makes sense. Ryan Park is their win condition for this team, as we've seen many times.
Yeah, almost coming back into the last game with the pickup on Graves top, and they caught him out, and that was a huge gold bounty to Xayah. But unfortunately, the macro from Spartans really getting even greater advantage on the other side of the map. Xayah picked up all of those kills, and Silas coming in the third slot for banning from is this UH? Yeah, UH Esports. It's interesting. We don't see a Kassadin ban at the first part, so we may see Kassadin this game. We'll have to see what happens. But Seraphine being the last ban, and again Ash being the first pick here.
Not sure what just happened on our screen, but hey, we'll go for it as we do see the rest of the picks coming out. Hey, it's us. We're not sure what happened. We're trying to figure out what's happening on our screen real fast. Our client did a little bit of bugging, but we're still in it. Fortunately enough, there we go. We just don't see the bans anymore, so still mind us. Instantly, we do see Ash picked up for UHE along with the Blitzcrank and the Kindred for Spartans. And Kindred, that's a champion Draco Lauren likes to play. And instead, he's going for the Monkey King, Wukong.
It's interesting to see the Blitz pick so early here. It really begs the question of how do you answer this Blitzcrank? Do you just give him something that he doesn't want to pull, perhaps like this Wukong? Another interesting advantage of picking Blitzcrank with Kindred is you can just blitz pull people out of the Kindred ult. So if you're appealing for your AD carry, there might be
dirty.
instances where the Kindred alone gets to benefit from it, and the Blitz, gets to isolate somebody outside of the Kindred ult. But Ornn coming down, Clown going to be able to pick up the Ornn. I know we've heard the legendary stories of this Ornn, of the legendary god of the Freljord. Coming into these massive ults. I haven't witnessed it myself because it's either been banned or opted out of, but exciting to see.
Yeah, very exciting to see indeed. I do want to see if they decide to pick the top laner here. So yeah, supports, jungles, and top laners have been selected already. I'm not sure why. It's just repeating itself. I'm not sure why for the bans. But yeah, Fiora locked in. I do want to say that is going to be scary for Clown early on, especially with the Fiora, and especially Soul's Fiora. That thing is scary.
Yeah, nowhere to run. And the max health damage coming in from Fiora is just going to be a good way to address the tankiness Ornn gets, at least early and mid game.
We don't know what the bans are, so we're just gonna wing it once it does happen.
I think these are new bans because we didn't see a Varus ban in the first.
Oh yeah, there's a Varus.
So...
Why is Caitlyn banned? Okay, it's just bugging on our screen. Yeah, so Varus.
I think this is a new ban as well. So I think these are the last two bans. It's Varus, Caitlyn so far.
Caitlyn was banned out early on, so it's a casted ban again.
Okay.
So we'll just ignore them. Once it populates on our screen, it will change though. All right, so Varus banned out towards Ryan Park, and Tom Goku not getting his casted. If it goes back to normal, I do want to say you should be banning out the Yone or the Rise against Tom Goku. One opposite side, that should be another 80 carry ban, probably the Twitch. It's Syndra ban. I lied. All right, my guessing is bad. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I guess Lasius' Syndra is something to be feared, especially with how regularly we're able to scale up with the Syndra. But yeah, the Kassadin ban I think is just warranted. Hard to say what's going to be banned next. We might see a ban on Gnar. I know that Soul's Gnar is kind of dirty. Oh, it's the Yone ban. Oh.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, Yone is a very strong pick coming in from this mid laner in Tom Goku. He likes to play in your face. Like we saw last game, he likes to be in your face. And a Kaisa, gonna be locked in for TT and Kaisa Blitzcrank. Interesting combination. You don't really see them paired up too much together, but Kaisa's still a very strong 80 carry to play as.
Yeah, the Kaisa might be there to answer the Ornn and the real tankiness from Wukong with the passive. If she's able to get 5 stacks, getting that extra damage on them. I am totally not surprised that we don't see Tom Goku picking his champion. He's going to reserve for the last, and he's just going to try to diff mid lane very hard. No matter how well Lasius plays, Tom Goku just wants that last slot to try to deny him as much value as possible.
I was wrong. It's Ash 80 carry and not support, and we're getting the All-Star, the cow in the support lane. And that's an interesting matchup. So you have two giant meatballs, Blitzcrank and All-Star. Blitzcrank wants to pull you in, while
Alistar wants to get pull him in.
Yeah, so it works out. So he also gets pulled in, and then handshake is the Renata Glask ability.
Oh, I didn't even know. I'm getting schooled here. Yeah, but we're seeing the Alistar. I think it's a great pick to answer the Blitzcrank. And the Orianna being picked up for Lasius in the last slot. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Victor, and the Victor is locked in for Spartans. Such a good pick. Orianna, again, not really offering too much kill pressure early. especially with a jungler like Wukong. So I think Victor goes even and probably outscales the Orianna. Although we do have some very good synergy coming out from UHE Sports. I really do like the drafts that UHE Sports are doing. They have a lot of in-game inter-team synergy. But we'll have to see how it actually gets executed, which is always, the big question.
Yeah, that is indeed the big question. And that's how last game it was. It's gonna be up to the junglers to both Tabula and as well as Draco. As we saw last game, the Graves is popping up, invading consistently. And if you are UH, you gotta be wary of that, especially now with another marksman 80 carry in Kindred. That's been a similar thing happening from SJSU again. So you want to help out Draco, make sure he doesn't get behind. And if he does get behind, it needs a lot less room for him to do these ganks around the map, especially if you want to try to get Ornn ahead, want to get Ashe ahead or Orianna ahead. If Wukong gets behind, he cannot help you get ahead.
Yeah, that's a huge thing that I think we'll see out from UHE Sports. With such an aggressive kind of invading playstyle from Tabula, I would not be surprised if we saw wards going down at each jungle entrance and just trying to collapse on him as hard as possible. Kindred wants to fall behind. Of course, they will eventually scale, but you just don't want to let them have such a nice early into mid-game stroll. And Wukong, I think, will probably be okay with these kinds of early skirmishes with Kindred. No items or maybe just one item skirmishes will probably favor esports, given UH esports, given that Orianna can rotate pretty quickly and Ornn has this kind of long range, advantage. And of course, I think we'll see Unisan probably roaming around the map, doing cow things, going moo all over Victor, and potentially even going in on Tabula Rasa. What kind of play can you expect, given the draft that we've just seen, Leighton?
Honestly, they're probably a heavily team fight oriented comp coming in from UHE, especially around these dragon pits. You'll definitely see at least four like as a unit for them move together. Draco going in stealthy with his W, Unison as well trying to go for the flank engages, especially if he does have the right runes and he does have the Hex Flash. See him go for these angles and it lets Laces have two big components for his ultimate, for his command Shockwave, if possible. It also depends to see how the support in Blitzcrank does, because if he can pull these key targets in Ryan Park and Lasius, the whole battle plan of UHE goes up in shambles. So I have to wait and see how that plays out, honestly.
All right, so with that being said, I think we'll throw it over to a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the second game of the Western
From the Mountain West CLoL Conference.
Mountain West Seed Law Conference, and we'll be right back.
See you soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Summoner's Rift for game number 2 between UHE and SJSU. I went for a treat. We see Ryan Park's Ash, and Unisian's Ash is Ryan Park's Ash. And yeah, well, let's see what happens. I do not think it is Hex Flash. He doesn't have the little circle by his flash, so I'm assuming there's no Hex Flash, but we'll wait and see. They're prepared for the invade as it happens. They have the Tri-Brush where they have the ward in the entryway as well. If you get hooked by this, you're trolling.
Oh, they pinged out the vision, so they know that there is something mischievous going on in the Dragon Pit. Yeah, Soda just really wants to find anybody he can and burn their flash because that is
He's
free
still waiting
99.
there.
He is patient.
So,
Patience. Okay.
I'm not sure if you saw the change, but apparently they're adding ward indicators now. So, like, if you hold, you press the ward button and you move it around, it'll actually show you where the ward will end up now. Or come in at 12.5, I think.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
So now, like, people have learned how to do that ward in Tri-Bush and in the entryway as well from the pit, but now anyone can do it. So they make the game a lot more easier for newcomers.
Oh, do you mean when the indicator changes into green from blue?
Or did they change that already? It's already in the game, I've been told.
Oh, okay.
I'm just old. Never mind. Don't ignore me.
I thought I missed something.
Nah, I think I'm missing something. All right, never mind then. I just gotta stop quick casting supports. My warding trinkets. It happens. Anyway.
So we're seeing another mirrored jungle path here. Again, from both junglers are starting top lane, allowing bot lane to contest away from level 1 and trying to set something up to happen bot. This will be interesting because I think the level 3 actually goes better for a Spartan here, given that Blitz hook is just really so deadly. It depends on who he hooks though. I'm not really sure.
Alistar, you're trolling. If you hook Alistar, you're trolling. But we'll see if he does do that. And
aside from that.
Yeah, aside from that. I do want to point out though, it is going to be the Aftershock coming in for the Blitzcrank. I've seen a lot more Blitzcranks run this Glacial, like how Unisian is doing. So it'll be more interesting to see how that plays out now.
The Glacial is just so good on Blitzcrank. So I'm actually surprised we don't see the reverse where Alistar goes Aftershock and Blitzcrank goes Glacial. The interesting part about Glacial Alistar is that it will really allow a lot more follow-up as we see level 2 little skirmish go down. Blitz unfortunately missing the hook. But these kinds of extended trades that it will allow will be very interesting.
You saw that there. TT tried to use his W to try to get some more damage on top of Ryan Park, but the minion was just barely in front of him. It just absorbed that for him. So a little bit of a feels bad for TT, but hey, you'll take that if you are Ryan Park.
We see that, interestingly, Clown decided to ward the top middle bush in top side, and I think this is allowed, just given that the jungler started top, but it's interesting to see if Tabula Rasa will be able to abuse this. There's some kind of a little bit of a skirmish going down mid.
Nice.
Oh, Lasius having to blow flash.
Smart though, if you didn't blow flash there, that might have been a kill for Tabula or Tamagoku, and Draco is a little aggressive positioning there. Unfortunately, he does want to try get this mark from the Scuttle Crab though from Tabula, as both supports moved up as well, so it'll be a 3v3, but soon to be a 3v4 as you see the Fiora walk down as well, and UHE has to back away.
Yeah, there's just so much coordination coming out from Spartans here. So both supports roamed up, but still having the push advantage, allowed to move first, which makes it just not a good fight. The UH does not want to take the fight there, especially with Blitzcrank on the walls. They have vision on Draco Lawrence Gromp here with the Blitz still missing from bot. This might... Oh, missing the hook with the E goes down. Draco Lawrence flashing out. Tabula Rasa following, but the first blood going to Tabula Rasa. Wow, what a course of events from the
perfectly, but
and trading back.
But Tamagoku will fall to Unisian the ignite, but he will fall back the counter because of the dive. 3 turret shots over there. Soda flashes forward, the ignite, the knockup, and the hook, and it's support on combat everywhere, but top lane as well. Clown though, just clowning on Soul here, but he has to be careful. There is a Kindred, a Tabula in the midst by his Tri-Brush.
Wow, just a whirlwind of events. First blood going down to Kindred and then trading back on the Victor, and then Soda flashing in and taking the life of Oriana. That is definitely not Blitzcrank. Man, a lot of action coming out from what I would have expected to be very passive or maybe a farm-oriented mid-game, as Draco Lauren just gets to have this dragon for free, knowing that Tabula Rasa started topside and probably wants to clear from top to bot again.
And such a deep war coming in from the millionaire as well from Tamagoku. As you see, they're clearing more vision. There's 2 control wards in the own jungle of UHE, and they're just avoiding the dragon pit. This man just get, like you mentioned, he's getting for free. But Soda is walking by. 1 HP.
Okay.
Imagine if Let's Hook just goes there and steals it. I would have screamed.
Oh
But it's not gonna happen though. They spot the 2 control wards. Initian is there to back him up just in case, because they know
Soda is playing just so sneakily, waiting in the bush, knowing that he's likely bot side after clearing, missing the Gromp. But we see a gank coming in down from Soul onto Clown. Tabula Rasa trying to make something happen here, and Clown trading out the. Oh, is this a kill for Clown?
The flash! Clown!
Grass proc!
With the Call the Forge Guard, knocks him up, and like you mentioned, the Grass Park along with the passive, it does enough damage to take him down. A little bit of a too much aggression from Tabula, and I believe that's double buffs as well going in for Clown. But man,
yeah.
Oh man.
We see that Tabula really wants to make something happen.
Right.
He feels like he's been gypped by this dragon take and tries to make something happen on the other side of the map, but unfortunately just not having the damage to close out Clown, with Clown now completing the armor item. Oh,
for Ryan Park, they want to get Soda. Here comes Draco Laurent. No immediate follow-up, unfortunately. So that's 2 blown summoner spells from Ryan Park.
Bot
and if you look,
fighting still.
Bot lane's fighting everywhere actually. Top lane has a little skirmish, bot lane as well. The W coming in on top of Draco Laurent. And this was a Resort's nightmare. Too many things happening on the map all across the board, but speaking across the map, look in the jungle. It's some fishy business. Tabula and Tamagoku. We saw this last game, and they want a repeat performance. As
they have no vision. They're spotting Tamagoku on the wave here. Tabula Rasa
available for 2, but the kill. TT goes down. Ryan Park wants to get another possible, but it's not enough. Lacey is on the side. Command ball, command shockwave is the commands available, but nothing will happen. As a 1-for-3 trade, TT falls for 3 members of UHE.
The Death Ray really bringing death, living true to its name here, picking up massive damage and able to secure 2 kills bot, while Tabula Rasa just walks away.
When you walk away, it's simple. And we mentioned that Fiora versus Orin will be a scary matchup, but Clown's doing a really good job so far. Here comes Ultimate as well from Fiora. 3 procs procced already, 1 more to go. Actually, it all goes down as Soul has to back up. Ultimate available in about 5 seconds as well for Clown. Tabula up top.
Look at the positioning from Tamagoku here. He wants to fight, and he knows Draco Laurent, where Draco Laurent is. They have the vision on him.
Secret agent.
Blue buff without knowledge. Oh my gosh, and this is just another way to put Draco Laurent behind. Tamagoku playing so well with Tabula Rasa just to really deny any impact Draco Laurent has on this game.
Oh, but top lane Clown, he's doing it again. So many hits, but from behind, it is going to be Tabula, but he will fall. The ultimate was available for Kindred. He didn't use it. He didn't save Fiora with Lamb's Respite. And instead, it will just be a 1-for-1 trade topside. It's a more of a lead for Tabula, but if you're Clown, you're happy with that.
Yeah, I'm sure that Soul is fuming right now, knowing that Lamb's Respite did not give him any respite in that game. We see that the wave crashed, and actually this might be a net negative for Clown, but being able to pick up that kill there is really big in terms of the gold advantage. He's not as far behind as if he had not gotten that kill, so very good job from Clown being able to pick up and trade off there.
Oh yeah, definitely so. We look at the minimap as well. The Herald of You started out by this jungle in Tabula, so that'll be swift taken away from them. very smartly so. You knew who was up and where everyone was. Mark is up available as well. I believe that's 5 marks already at 10 minutes in this game for this Kindred. That is absurd.
Yeah, just really being able to secure marks in this early game is going to spell disaster for UHE Sports later on in the game, as they might not be able to kill him or output enough damage to contest the damage that's going to be coming out from Tabula.
That's what. Hey! If you gotta get the cannon, that's the way to get the cannon. You want to stack up if you're support. It is hard out there. We living on funds, man. We're yeah, man. If you're a college student, you know how it is. That's pretty much what support is.
Yeah,
you got no funds.
Up the ballet sandwich on wheels there. We see the Tabula Rasa coming in again just to make Draco Lawrence's life miserable, and Dom Goku really allowing him to do that. Hawkshot here, though, really giving a lot of vision for ability.
Draco.
Oh, Draco has the flash! Tabula Rasa, Enchanted Crystal Arrow missing by just a smidge, and Tabula Rasa might be able to walk out. Lamb's Respite still available.
Oh, Gosinius with the flash, knock up Pulverize, and just want to go for more. 2 members are CC'd by the Victor, and he won't be victorious just yet. The hook comes in on top of Lasius. Flash is available for this Orion if need be. No command shock already, and there comes the lasers coming in from Tom Goku. Exhaust as well. 2-man knockup coming in from this. All side is not enough though. He will fall as well. Killing spree going over to the Victor. Double kill for the Kaisa top lane as well. Soul is fighting. All vitals have been procced. And Clown has to play it smart. Draco, he does spawn back, and he's already in. And the hook will miss, thankfully enough, as now UHE have a time to breathe.
We'll have to see if he has time to breathe, because they are not giving him any space here. They're sacking like 2 or 3 waves here bot lane just to annoy Wukong and get Tabula Rasa even further ahead of his match opponent. Draco Lawrence very smart here, patiently waiting to see them on the bot wave before moving, or waiting perhaps for his sweepers, which is now up. And the dragon will be secured. First dragon for Spartan.
First dragon for Spartans, but they still want more. Just look at the aggressive positioning from this Kindred. He's still in the enemy jungle, just waiting, crying for something. And look at the map. Ash by himself. Kindred behind him.
That the Krugs are done, and he knows that Draco Lawrence was still bot side, because if he reset there, it would have been terrible. So Kindred ideally should know that something is up.
The Ash arrow. And it went wide, but Draco Lawrence will find Tabula though in the jungle. Here comes the whirlwind of this monkey. He will fall for now, and it's not enough. The Lamb's Respite will be used by him, and Orion Park will fall as well. Double kill going over to this Kindred. And if you're worried about the marksman in Kaisa, the marksman in this Kindred is way worse.
Yeah, Tabula really just saving the Lamb's Respite. They must have assumed he used it earlier because they haven't seen it all game, but it was just been there since level 6, waiting exactly to bait out the flash from Ryan Park. As a dive goes down on the mid lane, Unison trying to support, but unfortunately it's not enough. Soda picking him up with the R. It's 3v2 here with the Rift charging.
Hooked back in. It's not enough. Tabula's on a killing spree now, as one more charge, like you mentioned, coming in from this Herald. As UH in their own side of the Summoner's Rift, they cannot move anywhere. And if you're Clown, you have to back the heck up, because you cannot be staying there with a Blitzcrank, a Kindred, and possibly more waiting for you up there.
Yeah, looking like a lot of value coming out from this Blitz hook. The Blitz pick actually not mattering so much in the lane, so much as it's enabling Tabula Rasa to play so aggressively. And Draco Lawrence looking to pick up TT. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow missing, but here we see the Glacial.
Oh, the ultimate.
TT's ult. And
yeah, the shield's enough though, but flash is available for TT. Flash over the wall. He will get away. And that is another kill going over to this AD carry. And look at that gold. Thanks, Observer. Almost 3k in favor of this Kaisa. Same thing in the mid lane. Not too much though, but still. Oh, actually, never mind. It is a lot. 3.5. Yeah. And almost 3.5 as well for this jungle. And the only lane you have, not really anything actually. It's all winning in favor of SJSU. I lied. It's gonna a very much so an uphill battle for UHE. Thank you very much, PogChamp. You're the best.
Oh, but might be catching out Tom Goku here. Unfortunately, just not enough damage to close it out as the Orn ult coming down. This Smith hit
the
3.
Forge Guard
2.
lands on 2. Tabula goes after going over to Draco Lauren. They want more. Tom Goku falls finally to Lacius, and Soda will fall next. Another shutdown going over to this monkey. The Wukong is 3-6-0, and they can finally push forward and hopefully get something on this turret. But here comes the Chanticleer's arrow. It will whip. They're chasing for TT. Instead, they're just going for this turret. Smartly so.
This is a huge pickup for UHE Sports. They managed to hit 2 with the Call of the Forge God, really catching out Tom Goku when he didn't get to back with any of his items and he is low on resources. So this was a huge pickup for them. And Cell, unfortunately, getting another tower and trying to get some value off of what otherwise is a loss situation for the Spartans. The Spartans still overwhelmingly ahead, though. Those 2 kills will be important for trying to get back into this game, but we'll have to see if it's enough, because both of them went to Wukong, and the Orianna is still quite behind in terms of comparison to the Victor.
Interesting mechanic there, but I do want to find the goal lead. Almost, or pretty much almost 8k gold in favor of the Spartans right now. 8-18 in kills. It's still a one-rate game between these 2 teams, but still. At 17 minutes, and I believe, was that a Draco Lauren has almost died again to Tom Goku. God
yeah,
damn.
Draco Lauren is just so starved of anything. He has no jungle. He can't afford to tax anything from his laners. He is just in a lose-lose situation based on the way that Tabula Rasa played such an aggressive early game. It's allowing him to scale into such a strong mid game where they have vision on jungle, they have pressure on all lanes. It's really hard for UHE Sports to keep up with the pressure here.
But a knock-up flash pulverize will go in. They flashing, get the stun on top of TT. He has to heal to get away. Exhaust on top of Soda. Ultimate was blown already as well. They want to chase for this if possible. Kill goes over to Ryan Park, 2001. And right now, that is what he needs. 1, 3, and 4 on the board. But look across the map, though, coming soon is the Kindred. He is a deadly threat. Command Shockwave is available. Command Shockwave is enabled. They use the bees. Will be swarming. Kai'Sa as well. It's auto. It's so much. The Death Laser, but Tabula will fall, but so will this Orianna. Tom Goku gets 1 for trade as they want to try go on top of Chaos. Will storm down on top of Draco Lauren. He will fall. Double kill going over to this Victor. He is victorious as Soul TP's in for another if possible. Unician will not fall just. He's still alive, but Soul will get us. But Tom Goku, say his name, but it's all go the same. He will survive as Soul will finally get shut down by Clown. And what a chaotic fight for both UHE and SJSU.
Tom Goku really taking the limits. He is limit testing right here.
Yeah.
He knows that he had the Chaos Storm and the Death Ray available, and that he was going to one-shot them if it hits. It hit 2 of the 3 players, and he managed to dash, flash away from the Alistar, and he managed to secure a kill. It's a really phenomenal play coming out from, a phenomenal showing from Tom Goku in both of these games so far.
Indeed, and that will be another Drake going over to this Kindred. It's 9 facts. He's gonna get a 10th mark now for himself when it does get taken. That's crazy to see, especially with only like 19 minutes in the game. That's phenomenal pacing for these marks at Draco Lauren. That's not your red, buddy. It's Kindred's.
Property of Kindred. Property of Wolf here.
Yeah. If you zoom in, it'll show like a little tattoo on the red buff. It says property of Tabula right there. But instead of mid lane though, there goes a Chaos Storm on top of Ryan Park 2001. As unfortunately, it is some little mishap on ours end. But looks like another shutdown going over to the Alistar flat out for Soda. 1-for-1 trade though, but still a lot to be taken by this squad. There goes Draco Lauren. He goes going to be spinning to win on top of Tabula. Tabula will not fall just yet. They're still fighting. He is 1 more hit. 1 more auto will do, but Tabula will survive. Lacius will be next. So he gets knocked out by Soda. That's another kill going over to this Kai'Sa. And oh my god, double kill going for him and Clown. Last man standing has to back the heck away.
Yeah, Soda just getting so much value, able to split in these fights. He's able to pull them when he wants to pull them, and when he doesn't, he pulls them away from his carries.
Force guard, Horn will go in. Lambda's fight as well. Rampart gets 1 kill in return. It's not enough. TT, he has ultimate. He goes forward. There's so much damage. Kraken, TD, it is not enough. Dracolord goes in as well. Gets a kill on the back end for that one. Shutdown for him, but oh my god, Tabula, but instead it'll go over to Draco, Lawrence, but top lane, Soul, not a soul can go after him.
Soul playing so patiently, just slow pushing the wave as all of this action going down. He might have been tempted to try to join. I know my fellow gold and silver ELO players watching would be screaming and pinging at Soul to come down, but he's just getting so much value, stacking those waves, and we can see that he got the turret here. This was a little bit of an overstep coming out from Spartans, but will it be enough for UHE Sports to make any sort of meaningful difference here? We'll have to see. Tom Goku playing so aggressively in this jungle, but the Enchanted Crystal Arrow unfortunately not connecting with Tom Goku as he gets to walk away with the Blast Cone, saving him. Man, these plants, not like the plants back in my day.
Indeed, indeed. Baron is still alive, and it's a possibility. We might see another take coming in from SJSU with 1 pick. And it's a pick you want to go for. It's Draco. That's what you want to do. Instead, they're just rushing it immediately. They have 280 carry threats in Tabula and this Kaisa. TT, they're turning TT
so
in
fast.
as well. Less than 3k. Draco has to go in. Draco, he steals the Baron. It is enough, but the fight is still happening. Katsu gets kill on top of the Wukong. They have to get out if possible. If any of them die, it might be game. The W does connect.
Alarm bell should be
Ryan
going
Park,
off.
he goes in. He gets 2 more members will fall, and they're all falling down. Lacius, the engage forward from So is enough. Clown again, last man standing. Call the forward guard goes in, and this might be the grand finale for UHE in round number 8 against SJSU. No Baron, but 20 seconds left for anyone on top of them. Draco will spawn actually in 5 seconds, but I don't think it is enough. 5 members strong against 1 lone Monkey King. Look how fast it's going. He's trying to stop them, but it is not enough as SJSU complete the 2-0 sweep against UHE. They're just taking more names into the accounting book, and that is enough. 16-34 on the board. SJSU 2-0 victory against UHE.
And we saw exactly what we thought we might see. Tom Goku once again, such a commanding lead on any type of player. He can play the Silas, he can play the Victor, control mage, assassin, whatever it is, he's going to be carrying on it. And we saw how that was just allowing Tabula Rasa to play such an aggressive style of jungling, really straining what Draco Lorient was able to do. So we saw, in my opinion, I think we saw the better draft ideas and better draft maybe philosophy of draft from UHE Sports, but unfortunately just the stronger overall execution going down to Spartans securing their victory.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Really good drafts coming in from UHE, but there's just the power and prowess coming in from SJSU. We see it time and time again. Tom Goku, but now with newcomer Tabula, that's another big threat for SJSU. And with how close the top 4 of the standings is, because it's not just SJSU and UH in the top 4 standings. It's also San Diego State University and Utah State University. Both of these teams lost against Utah in the earlier weeks, while tomorrow it's San Diego State versus UAG, and that is another key matchup to watch because whoever wins that one will have better seedings, at least a 3rd seeding. Because if you're 4th seed, you're against Utah or even SJSU again, and you don't want to face off against SJSU if possible. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, we'll have to see a lot of things on the line for UHE Sports. Again, top seeded, but these matches are increasingly more difficult for UHE Sports. So we'll have to see how they.
It's a matter of inches. But unfortunately enough, with that 2-0 sweep from SJSU, that'll be it for us for today from UHE Sports. But like I mentioned, tomorrow, I believe at 4 p.m. Hawaiian time or 6 p.m. PST, it will be San Diego State University versus University of Hawaii Esports. Again, on twitch.tv/UH esports. So come on in and watch again. You will have so many phenomenal people in Twitch chat, like Aloha Kevin, amazing diamond coordinator. So you can chat with him he watches and molds as per usual. But that'll be it from us. I am Professor Layton. That is JoJo. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more League of Legends action.
Aloha.